Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Zanki Zero. So, the hospital machine master mystery thing, I figured I should bring, the medicines. Hopefully I can use them for something. And hopefully I didn't use the one I needed. So, and I have everybody as an adult except one kid. So I can do that one door to send Yumi through. Really?
Ready?
Full power.
Ready? Careful.
This!
You couldn't get me. Stupid thing.
Let's check the map.
Okay, so this is 4 up to 5. Okay. Nope. And he can stay in there. Really? Oh yeah, Sachika has a new weapon. Really? Freaking birds.
Got it. Something.
Oh. I actually need her in the party.
What do we have here? What is this? Excessive greed will lead to ruin.
Excessive greed will lead to ruin. Ah, we love you, Yuma.
There's something here.
Oh, nice. It's story time. The night before we executed the plan, Adelina and I had a final meeting in my room to go over the details. On the table was the usual notepad, 4 pistols, and including some spares. The detonation device for the pipe bombs we already set in the gathering hall, and the detonation device for the dynamite that would blow Monty to smithereens. Adelina didn't write anything on the notepad, but instead picked up 2 pistols and placed them in front of me. Then she moved everything else to her side of the table. I only had 2 pistols, but Adelina had everything else. What kind of distribution is this? I furrowed my brows with the thought in mind. Adelina stared into my eyes as she wrote in the notebook with a pen. Sorry, but I don't trust you. I'm afraid you'll change your mind about the plan over your feelings for your sister. Worst case, you might even betray our country and defect to this side. Change my mind? Betray my country and defect to money? The thought had never crossed my mind. What the hell do you think I was struggling with all this time? Why did you think I was going through the torment of trying to brainwash myself every day? Just what part of me have you been observing all this time? I couldn't even be bothered to try and justify myself. It was only natural for Adelina to be cautious of me. I knew I'd given her enough reasons to suspect me because of my past actions. I gave a small, reluctant nod, then stuck the guns I was given into the holster around my waist. Well, our discussion here was done. That was what Adelina tight-lipped expression told me as she got up and left. After confirming the sound of the door closing, I began thinking about tomorrow. Dr. Terashima decided whether or not he'd attend the facility-wide assembly, depending on how he was feeling that day. The bomb would take care of him if he attended, or Adelina would take him out with a bullet to the head if he didn't. My sister had a periodic examination to go to, so she wouldn't be at the assembly. She was confirmed to be targeted by Adelina. We divided up the task to shooting anyone who wouldn't be at the assembly, and Adelina was in charge of both Terashima and my sister. And that reason, of course, was why I wouldn't get any. That reason, of course, was so I wouldn't get any funny ideas. So I wouldn't start talking nonsense. So I wouldn't get swayed by my stupid emotions. She had such little trust for me, I couldn't help but laugh. I wouldn't trust me either. Adelina was right. She should suspect the suspicious. I'd been struggling to kill my emotions all this time, but just like Adelina, I didn't trust my own heart. I sighed and decided to do the maintenance on my gun to take my mind off my predicament. I took out the Boston bag my sister had put all her guns and equipment in for the plan. From there, I took out a small aluminum case containing the firearm maintenance tools. I was short one silencer. Before Adelina got here, there were 4 silencers for 4 guns. But now there were only 3 in the bag. The mission would be carried out after the explosion, so we wouldn't be needing the silencers this time. So why? Adelina. Adelina didn't trust me. I wouldn't be surprised if she decided to eliminate the root of what could make me turn my back on the plan. My 6-year-old big sister and Dr. Terashima. Adelina must be planning to kill them tonight before the plan would be set in motion. And she didn't want me to find out. That is why she took the silencer. I took a deep breath. Adelina was going to kill my 6-year-old big sister and Dr. Terashima tonight. So what if she did? It wasn't a problem. So what if a couple of people died today instead of tomorrow? In fact, a couple of factors that could be troubling me tomorrow would be eliminated today. I should be happy, right? I'd thank Adelina tomorrow. I didn't like her very much until now, but I appreciated her thoughtfulness this time around. Thanks. Yeah, that was it. No reason to feel troubled. Not at all. That should be the case, but my heart overpowered my logic. Before I knew, I leapt out of the room and ran towards my sister's room. My hunch was right. I found the door to my sister's room wide open. From the opening, I could see a horrible scene I had pictured in my head earlier. My 6-year-old big sister sitting on her bed with a fearful expression on her face. Adelina standing before her with a gun pointed right at her. Adelina clicked her tongue turned around to face me. Just as she did, I leapt at her. Wait. What is there to wait for? We tumbled to the floor. I got on top of Adelina, and then she ended up on top of me. We fought to mount each other like a scene in a Hollywood movie. From the corner of my eye, I saw my sister watching us with a pale expression. In our struggle, Adelina aimed her silencer at me. A moment before she fired, I knocked it out of her hands with a swift chop. I mounted Adelina once again, then pressed down to crush both her shoulders with my hands to the end of this futile battle for the mount. Suddenly, my brain was heavily rattled in my head. Adelina's fist had connected directly to my left cheek. I lost consciousness. The tables turned in an instant. The shock of my head hitting the ground jolted me back to reality. Adelina was now on top of me. Her legs were securely holding down my arms. She had me completely under control. Adelina stared me down with an icy glare. Wordlessly, she pulled the gun out from my own holster. She pressed the barrel against my head. I had a feeling it would end like this. With those final words, she pressed the trigger without a shred of hesitation. Adelina then fell to the ground, bleeding from the side of her head. Huh? Why? Why did Adelina die instead of me? The sudden flood of information was too much for me to process, and the falling Adelina seemed to move in slow motion. I looked in the direction of Adelina's wound had come from. My 6-year-old big sister was holding a gun with the silencer in her hand. I'm sorry. Why did she apologize? Why was she aiming at Adelina? Oh, because we're big sisters. And I was almost killed. But why was she so calm after shooting someone? My 6-year-old sister lowered the gun and looked at me sadly. There wasn't a hint of confusion towards the current situation in her expression. The situation Adelina and I were in, the intentions Adelina and I had, her calm expression told me she understood all that. Big sister? I'm sorry. I'm not asking you to apologize. I remember everything. Huh? She went on with a calm, unlit eyes and a mature expression that couldn't possibly be mistaken that for a 6-year-old. You of all people have noticed, Olga, that for some reason I lost my memories as a spy after being revived as a clone. That my memory was impaired. Huh? Wait a minute. But it was all a lie. I remembered it all. Everything. I was only pretending to forget. What are you saying? My accidental death was arranged by me, too. It was a suicide. I had decided for myself and killed myself. I had realized there was a possibility of that. But I didn't put much thought into it because I thought it would be an insult to my sister. It just wasn't realistic. But unfortunately, my instincts were right. Why? I couldn't help but ask. I already knew most of the truth, and I couldn't imagine the words that were about to come out of my sister's mouth. I didn't want to know the awful truth. I'd rather stay ignorant. But still, I had to ask. Why? Why did she choose suicide? because I didn't know anymore. I didn't know if my religious views were right or if I really should carry out the plan. So I wanted to make sure. Since I had the X key implanted already, I would probably be revived as a clone. Then I would know for myself. If I were revived as a clone, would I still be me or someone else entirely? Is cloning technology truly the work for the devil like we think? Then, what did you find out? What did you see after confirming for yourself? I was still me. That was why. That was why my sister wept uncontrollably after being revived as a clone. Those weren't tears of relief from finding that she didn't die, nor the tears of joy for our reunion. She was left with no choice but to deny the religion she had believed in. Those were tears of despair from that horrible realization. I was still me. All my thoughts, feelings, and memories were all within the new me. My body didn't feel right at first, but that was it. Only the container changed. Everything else was still me. I couldn't have faith in my own religion anymore. I went through the trouble of dying, so it would have been nice to be revived as someone else. There were tears in my big sister's eyes. Then, if I wasn't me, I couldn't work with you again to do what I needed to. Things would have had to change. I'm sorry for running away. I couldn't move forward or backwards. I just ran to pretending to lose my memories. I pushed everything onto you and made you suffer. Then I understood. I finally understood the reason my father tried appointed me as the first to infiltrate money. He must have recognized the precarious position she was in. He knew this could happen someday. He knew she would try to find out for herself. He knew she would try to run away. But it was too late for me to realize all this. My beloved sister was crying in front of my eyes. There was only one thing I could say to her. It will all be okay. Even though there was no reason to believe that. Even though nothing was really okay. Even though we had no idea what the future would hold. Even now, I tried getting through this situation with irresponsible words. It'll be okay. My sister crouched down to the floor and wailed as if she were actually a child. What? One more to go. Oh, poot. Well, that didn't really say much, but I guess she turned her back on her country. Thank you, Yuma, for doing that for me.
Does this look useful? Found it! What's this?
Okay, so I gotta go find the machine. It's in this big room somewhere. In here? Nope. In here? Nope. In here? Yes. And close that door.
I can't go there.
Mamaroo.
What could this be?
We just need to put some triclone. Triclone? Damn it. I don't have any. So I'm gonna have to go searching the other floors for, boxes and everything for trichlorine or something.
There's something here.
Don't forget the very end.
What could this be?
There's an important place ahead. Yeah, you can say all that. Okay, we have to go hunt.
Where are we?
Okay.
We might need this. What's this?
I'm looking for boxes.
Look out! I'll hold this.
That's not a box.
This is.
I don't need memos. I need... Oh.
Ready?
Power ready. This.
Come on. Okay, cool. Oops, that's a dead end.
What's this? What do we have here?
Ooh,
Whoa.
okay, fine.
Found something! Ready?
Full power ready.
Careful.
This.
Come on.
There's something here.
Can I do anything? Oh, good grief.
We're not lost, are we?
Baby.
Ow!
Only because I don't remember where anything is.
What could this be?
Time to check the map. Look out!
I find it odd how Kioske is gone.
Let's have a look, shall we?
Nothing else in the box. Damn it. Hang on.
Let's see.
Let's mark this box.
Any markers?
There's something here.
I can't go there. I can't go there.
What could this be? The next destination is...
We're going this way.
Let's have a look, shall we?
Nothing in the bag.
Full power ready.
Careful. Ready?
Come on. Come on.
This.
nice. Can't do anything with this door? Nope. Screw that door. I don't like those head things. Okay, we're going this way.
Hey!
What the hell? Really?
Careful.
Full power!
Ready?
Ready? This! Good job, right?
What's this?
Whoa!
Careful.
Okay, where's the exit to the first floor? Or wherever. Sick room, huh?
Here's the map.
Okay. Go look around.
What do we have here?
Magazines. Sachika.
I'll get it. I'll hold this. You might need this.
Okay. Another one's out there trying to break through.
Ready? They won't get away. Full power. This! Full power. They won't get away.
Careful.
2, 1.
Ready? This! Artistic victory.
Nice. Oh dear.
Careful.
Full power. They won't get away. Ready? This!
You can use those to your advantage if you do it right.
Full power. You did a good job, right?
What could this be? There's something here.
Come on.
What could this be? Glad that's over.
I just hope I didn't ruin the...
There's something here.
Because I was using a few of these meds.
So cold. What are you doing? Huh? Full power. Ready? They won't get away. This! They won't get away.
Careful.
Full power. Ready? This! Artistic victory.
This might not be a good
I
thing.
did a good job, right?
Oh, nice. That one died. Okay, so I'm going to just sit right here.
An artistic victory.
Let those two die, and I will be back momentarily with the next episode. So I'll see you guys then.